Well, here I am. I'm live. Uh, so I had to find, hey, I got limited access to everything, so it took me a little effort to get in a place where it was A, quiet-ish, and B, um, it had Wi-Fi that I could have a live chat on. So here it is, Wednesday. Everything's kind of put along. I'm gonna have to get all my teeth ripped out, but they're not hurting like they did. I have a week or so where I'll have to drink all my meals. I got myself, a friend of mine gave me a blender. Rhonda, hey baby. So how's your day, Rhonda? I've ordered some lunch, but I was earlier talking about the last few weeks. I got here just the Easter, and then there was Earth Day, and then all the silliness of everyone, killing each other and screaming at each other, and not getting along too well, And why is that? Why are we not getting along? Right? Because we're scared. We're fearful. We think, we let the powers that shouldn't be manipulate us through fear, through our media, through all of the above. And over the years, I've had a thing called the No Fear Cafe. Right? And back in 2016, I was working for a church, a number of churches. I'm trying to get, there's 600 churches in Roanoke in the valley, and only one stays open from around 6 a.m. till around midnight. And somebody hangs out and listens to whoever wants to listen. Only one church out of 600. The rest just take the money and instill fear, hatred, prejudice. And out of that, over the years, I've had a thing called the No Fear Cafe. It's a place where you could go and not have to be scared that you were the other there, right? And it's always a new beginning. So this is something I wrote, Issues to Represent, back in 2016. To have a healthy community, its collective mind needs to be open and free of prejudicial thoughts. Prejudicial thoughts, what are those? I'm not prejudiced, I like black people. No, sorry. Prejudice is when you believe in your opinion. That's prejudice. I believe. That's prejudice. To have a healthy community, its collective mind needs to be open and free of prejudicial thoughts, actions, and deeds. To this end, we put forth this action plan to create an opportunity to a forward functional community manifesting the best outcome for all our relations, everyone and thing, past, present, and future. I was in Harvard Square when they had the first Earth Day in I think it was 70 something, early 70s. I was standing with a guy named Sam Lovejoy, who, did the first real action. He cut down the tower, the sensory tower. Before they built a nuclear power plant, they put up this tower, say which way the wind blows, blah, blah, blah. And he cut that down in Putney, Vermont, or near there, where they built the first, nuclear power plant. And he didn't run away. He waited. The cops came. He said he had the cutter in his hand. Said, "I did this. I want to go to court." And he went in front of court. And he was the main reason why corporations now settle, because he, through disclosure, made the utility company show all of their internal memos that they knew that this was dangerous, but they were just going to make a lot of money with the Price-Anderson Act, and he wanted to make it public, but no one seemed to care. Anyway, we were standing by this, and everybody in Harvard Square, and he said, "So, what do you think in 1,000 years people are going to say?" I said, "Well, in 1,000 years, they ain't going to be the same people, that's for sure." And I said, "Well, they will remember our time that we were the people who were not, we were citizenless, and we were oppressed by convenience and belief. We are still that. The No Fear Cafe is a philosophy, a way of life. To live, one has to love, and to love, one has to live in a state of no fear." Rhonda Buddy, Forward Conscious Research. Hey, Research, I haven't seen you in a long time. I call you all the time, and you're not around. Hope you're doing good. Hey, Research, you know me. No matter what it is, I'm always having a good day. I mean, come on. Look, what's my backyard? That lake has a 1,200-mile coastline all around all these mountains. Well, the place has got really great food, really nice people, has great Wi-Fi. This girl constantly brings me iced teas. Say hello to the crowd.
Hello, crowd.
He said, "I really like this place." And I said, "Because there are people like her working here. That's why." Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm having an Arnold Palmer, so I can have a whole thing of fried oysters and hush puppies and freshly made coleslaw for $8. Can't beat that, including a drink, as much as I want. And it has Wi-Fi. And when this is actually the closest place to me, my front door. I mean, if I go to my IHOP and they have crappy Wi-Fi, I can't do a live chat. Whereas you guys, I can get a hold of you. And the phone works here, and it's only 11 miles. No, it's 14 miles to my front door, give or take. Anyway, so the No Fear Cafe. That's an idea that can be like Burger King or McDonald's. You know? Transparency will be our community's foundation of a new social contract between the citizen and the political and bureaucratic arms of the community's government, for all to express their individual requirement to communicate to the community one's perspective, feeling, and passions of thought. And we don't do any of that. All we do is communicate our prejudice, and we don't even communicate it, we just, if you don't believe in me, then you're wrong and you're evil. I don't think that's communication, Our manager teaches yoga here, I've been teaching the staff how to meditate. Oh, here it comes. Ooh.
Anything else?
Nope, no, it's good.
All right, enjoy.
I assume this is, what is this stuff?
Cocktail and starter.
Yep. Well, you know what I could use? A little butter. Thank you. Can't have hush puppies without butter.
Drawn butter, honey butter, regular butter. So many choices.
What's drawn butter?
like melted butter.
No, regular butter.
Regular butter.
Yep. Mm-mm. So rude. Need a club. Yep, pretty much. That's what. So I've been talking about the No Fear Cafe. The No Fear Cafe has a veteran deal with people do food. So, interesting.
You're welcome. Did you just pick up what else?
And over the years, I've had a number of No Fear Cafes, and they were also known as dumpster restaurants. Well, they were put there in a community where there was no real place to come together. And as in Mater D, I would seat everyone. We had these big tables, big tables, and 10 people could sit. And 2 or 3 people come in, I sit them down. 2 or 3, 4 more other people come in, I sit them down at that table, and I had some other table, at that table. So they could talk to each other. And the last one I had was in Roanoke, Virginia, in a church. I had a great kitchen and a great community hall. Never used it. Actually, people were dying. So they didn't do anything for the community. So they got a new pastor to try and build up the constituency. And he left me to be the action coordinator. So I got pretty active there. So it was right across the street from the police station, right a couple hundred yards to the mayor's office and the courthouse and the county seat and the state courthouse. And there's no real, like, there were restaurants, but they were 4 and 5 blocks away. This thing was like right there. Less than a block, less than 100 yards. So I got a bunch of flyers. I went to all the offices. They could call up. I was waiting for them. But much people came and sat and went. It was really amazing. On that street was the street that all these churches were on. It's called Church Street. And there were none of the churches let people in. Or did anything for the folk. And for about 4 months, it was really great. And I found these 2 Jamaican grandmas who came from Jamaica and made real Jamaican food. They wanted to start a restaurant, but they couldn't because they had no money. They couldn't rent anything, couldn't get all the permits, couldn't do any of that. But because this was a church, and we didn't charge anything, it was donation. And anyway, so the first 2 months, I got that thing rolling, and we really, really were successful. Those grandmas were making, after all their expenses, they were making $300 and $400 each a day. And it was Tuesday and Thursday. Well, they were making, you know, almost $600 to $1,000 for 2 days' work. I was really bringing a lot of people together. There was like policemen sitting with homeless guys, sitting with judges. I wanted to talk about stuff, and then I would leave, and they would talk amongst themselves. It really built quite an amazing dynamic. And then I got sick, and also the people who owned that church were getting a little upset that I was doing so much action there. At first they thought, ooh, homeless guy, ugh. Then I would come to church about an hour before church, when all the old people would kind of saunter in, and I would talk to them. I had nobody to talk to, so then they loved me. And then when I went to their Bible teachings and showed them things in their Bible, I had more to do with their day-to-day life than just a bunch of rules. They were, first they were getting a little upset, then they were getting excited, and then there were 4 people there who had been like running it forever. They didn't like the fact that I took their church over without taking over their church. I just made it alive again, a human being again. Anyway, so when I got sick, and they were happy to kind of let it slow down. They asked, so I brought a lot of Black, Hispanic, Asian people into their white church. And those folks were outnumbering and singing and having classes there and doing all kinds of art and culture. We had a Christmas nativity scene it's on my Dreamy Dreamland there at the beginning. And there were a lot of indigenous folk around here. I got them to come and talk about spirituality. And the old white people, not all of them, most of them thought it was kind of cool. But those 4 who ruled, and the guy who was the new minister, he didn't want to jeopardize his pay pack. So I got real sick. He basically said to me in the hospital, you might as well die because you're not got a job. I said, God, you never paid me anything. He said, that you took over my church. It wasn't yours to begin with. It was Jesus' church. And then he just left. And I got better, See, I get sick of people because of all the things I have. Think, oh my God, he's going to die. No. I just have to regroup and get better. That's kind of what happens. So, the idea of the no fear, that's a political dynamic. We have a cafe where everyone's equal, everyone's kind, everyone's empathetic to each other. That's when you have a good cafe. And I would love it if each of you would put on your thinking caps and think of a project to do like that.
Anything else?
Not at the moment.
All right.
Yeah, oh, come here. Let's see your palm, the hand you write with.
Right?
Yep. No, the one you write with. You write with this one?
Mhm.
All right. Well, do you ever think of being a nurse or in the healing professions? Because you got a lot of empathy in you.
Massage therapy. I'm in school for massage therapy.
I practiced that for many years.
Yeah.
Yeah, in New York City, I had a nice practice. You have a lot of deja vu, big time deja vu. You kind of, you're a sweet person, but the world has not been kind to you in a lot of ways.
Sometimes.
And you've not taken it to, oh, I hate him. You just kind of moved on, which is a good thing. And you haven't really lived in fear, and you've got a lot of common sense and are pretty empathetic. What are you, a Pisces? What sign are you?
Cancer.
Oh, I'm going to say Cancer. But you,
Still water sign.
but the real deal about cancers are they are real super psychic. They are the most psychic sign of the crew. And if you have that experience, you have a lot of deja vu. It can upset you. It can freak you out. You kind of have to roll with it because it's a very good gift to have. You shouldn't try to put it in a box and not look at it.
Thank you.
What time of the month are you? When in Cancer are you? Beginning and middle?
Beginning, July 5th.
Right. So you're kind of, is that close?
Well, that's the beginning of the month,
But not of Cancer.
but not of Cancer.
Cancer.
It's in the middle, right?
Yeah. So you're a Cancer. So you should really embrace and who's the manager who does yoga?
Rachel, yeah. Her and I had a deja vu not too long ago.
Oh, what was it?
We were driving and I was telling her a story, and after I got done with the story, she was like, I just had deja vu of you telling me the story before.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Deja vu is you're going down the train tracks.
It was by train tracks.
When someone hits a switch and one foot goes one way and one foot goes the other way, and you're going, uh-oh, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden, you snap in one direction or another.
Interesting.
So don't, like I said, don't put your cancerness in a box.
Okay.
You got any cats?
One.
Big one, little one?
Just small. Feisty.
How long have you had her?
2 years. Almost 2 years.
She's a good friend. Listen to her. She'll tell you a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. I can see that.
Well, those are good.
Good. Anything else?
Maybe, but not quite out.
Not yet. Ice cream's good here.
Okay. Yeah. Yep, No Fear Cafe, where the food is the connecting rod, but what you're trying to do is not sit people at different tables, put them together so they talk, so they can realize there's nothing to be scared of. Because we live in a world of abundance, not scarcity. We are meant to believe there's a scarcity. Yep. See, consciousness, if you come and visit, this is my neighborhood. And in my backyard is a gigantic waterfall. Now, I've had 3 groups of people come visit. My brother from the coast took him 9 hours to drive up there, and he spent all of about 6th, and then he had to go. And because I live in the woods, camping. But it's got like that. I got a toilet, I got water, I got electricity. So let's see. We need a new truthful political environment. It needs to be brought out to the physical community by moving the city council, the state council, the federal government to be more connected to the public, not just through elections. You know, in the federal government, the only people who have any kind of redress are the rich. You know, we have the best, state government too. And the even the city governments are that way. Roanoke sure is. This county here, it's just the rich that rule, you know. And I, been around here long enough that everyone knows me, and they, always want my input. They've learned that is valuable, and I don't really charge them anything because I want my community to be better. But they, we at Big Lake there, because there are not too many people on it, and the people who have big houses are the rich. They do straight pipe, straight into the lake, because they really don't fish. And it's we're at this very strange time where we need to step up individually. That's why I'm doing this. Because that's why I talk to everybody I come in contact with. Maybe a young lady who just read her palm. I gave her that insight. Well, if you want to get a hold of me, do it on the good old Gmail. The Dude Awake 42 at Gmail. And all of that, you have my phone number. Give me a buzz, Yeah, the Doobie Brothers at No Fear Cafe. Yeah. My whole life is the sensei. I'm your sensei, Al Bob, the Griot Sensei. Political mandate is to inform truthfully without bias, to educate, to enable the listener to be able to act as a responsible citizen. Do we even have any of those? We have prejudicial citizens, but I don't see too many responsible ones. Responsible anybody. Expand the city government leadership college. We need a school where people learn to be good citizens and good leaders. Back in the day, colleges and community organizations and trade and other experiences brought people to be responsible to their community, and they're not now. So, Conscious, have you done anything? So, what's for dessert?
Well, we got lemon cake, chocolate cake, key lime pie.
These all made here? No. So, what's your favorite?
I'm partial to lemon cake.
You know what I'm going to
I also
try?
have cheesecake, sorry.
Ooh, cheesecake. What kind? More than one?
Just plain, but I can put some chocolate sauce, raspberry sauce, caramel sauce, or white chocolate sauce.
Ooh, I'm going to have cheesecake.
Yeah.
Yeah. With raspberry sauce and whipped cream.
I'll have to check on the whipped cream.
Well, you don't know. Yeah, you got it.
I hope we have whipped cream.
This is a good restaurant. You better, And
I just haven't seen it yet. I'm coming new.
and then drizzle a little chocolate on top of that.
Chocolate and raspberry.
Yep. Raspberry first, whipped cream, then chocolate.
Okay, gotcha.
Teaching people to be victims. But that's another thing I want to talk to. As I'm watching around here, everyone saw, I haven't been here since October, and I got here 2 days after Easter. And I went through all the hollers and saw all the old folks. And I would say 20% of the folks have died since I left. And that's because most of them, back in when I first started, people were still gardening, and I was gardening with them, and we were collecting the vegetables and giving the people who had no food. Nobody does that anymore because everyone's either drunk or on drugs or working themselves to death at a terrible job. And schools are useless, and if anyone has anything on the ball, they get the heck out. And so one other thing I see is how people treat each other and how the rich treat the middle class, and the middle class trying to be the rich, but they never will be. And the rich aren't even rich. And everyone is totally treating the poor, and it doesn't matter what color they are. They treat them terribly. And they treat themselves terribly. And so everyone's a victim here, right? And now this place is, so rural. And I know everyone across the 3 counties that I can get a more micro view of what it is. Whereas in Roanoke, it's a city of 80,000, a valley of 200,000. It's more of a macro view, the big picture. And thing I see is how women treat them. I mean, they have all these little boys they bring up, and they bring them up to mistreat their women. And it's like a dog when you beat a dog, and the dog realizes the only affection or attention it gets is when it does something wrong and it gets punished. And we are not in healthy relationships with each other. And because we're all trying to get something from somebody. And it doesn't work. We have to be involved with people because it makes their life better. It makes our life better by us making their life better. And not in a patronizing way, but an experiential way. And that's what I try and do through leading by example, right? And that's what I try and do, to learn by experience. So that's where we're at. Does anyone got to say anything about that? Looks like summer. That's great. Hey, everyone. Oh, look at this. Cheesecake.
I know, my mouth's
Ooh, look
watering
at
now.
that. Ooh, baby.
Yep. Anything else at the moment?
No, that's. Hey, look at this thing. See? I haven't had a piece of cheesecake and I can't remember. So it's okay to have one now. But enjoy it. So in your communities, is there any place you can plug in and try and build a no fear cafe or a salon where you come and talk about social issues, or a gallery where you express art? A gallery doesn't have to be just paintings on the wall. It can be poetry, it can be theater, it can be a lot of things. Plus beer catches that stuff. Well, explain to me, Rhonda, what is going on in your community? How are you expanding out into the different elements of your community so that they can communicate with each other and find the commonality? Chocolate sauce, raspberry. Ooh. Yum, yum, yum. Cheesecake. Yep. Now, I almost bought myself a cheesecake at the supermarket. They were on sale. Pretty big one. No real refrigeration. I'd have to eat it pretty quick. Well, big cheesecake. Was. No, this will probably cost me $4 or $5. And that cheesecake was $7. Well, having your cheesecake is better because there's only one piece. And I'm savoring every minute of it. But working on yourself. Part of working on yourself is working with others. Because working on yourself is the motif of you're all by yourself. That negates love's co-creation. I lived in a place in New York where I was surrounded by Larry's Cheesecake Company, Moe's all these cheesecake companies. And I used to have these Friday night potluck dinners where all kinds of people come, Nobel laureates to homeless guys. And it was in an abandoned building. Everyone, it's a potluck dinner. Everyone bought more than pot, bought stuff to eat. And I did it. But a lot of people would show up who had money, would bring food, and we had a donation box. They'd throw money in there, and we would feed the homeless out of that. And they could come to this too and talk to these people and dance and drink and have a merry old time. But one of the things that always showed up was cheesecake, and lots of them. And I remember every Saturday when I would wake up, and I had my own little apartment to this place. So I'd come out, and there'd be people sleeping on the couch. Yummy, yummy.
All right.
Hey, that was a good. No, that's next.
Yeah.
But the raspberry and the chocolate. Did you decorate it that way?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very artistic.
Thank you.
So, what kind of art do you like to do?
I used to paint a lot, but I haven't really had time here lately to do much of any art.
Well, see, the thing about doing anything is you don't have to spend hours at it. You just have that easel over there with that canvas on it, and you can do a little and go off and do something else.
I do like pastel chalks.
Mm-hmm.
Those are fun.
They're a lot more transportable.
Mm-hmm. And they're a challenge because if you put too much on it, you erase just as much as you put on.
Yep. Almost, I like doing watercolors because it's almost the same thing. It's real. You can mess it up real fast.
Yeah. I think I might have tried one time doing watercolors,
But you gotta be real.
Yeah.
It's less is more.
Yeah.
So did you grow up around here?
No, I grew up close to, Cleveland, Tennessee.
Uh,
You know where that is?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You want some more?
Yeah, give me another Arnold.
Okay.
Yep. Anyway, anybody wants to talk personally, get a hold of me at the Dude Awake 42. I'm heading back to Roanoke in a few days. I have my eyes to get operated on and a few more teeth to be extracted. And see how John is doing. He's been all by his lonesome for the last few weeks since I haven't been there. You know what he's doing? Thanks. You can take this class.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And you can bring my check.
Okay.
Oh. Wondering where my man purse went. So, back to work. Yep. Anyway, so this one Saturday morning, I woke up and there were all these guys on the couch, on the floor, just waking up. And they're like poking around in the fridge to see what's in the fridge. And it was stacked with cheesecakes. You leaving us, Twitch? Back to school? Work. Okay, thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
Well, Twitch and everyone, Rhonda, everybody, glad to see you all showed up. I would say Saturday will be the next time. Probably after 4 o'clock. I'll be heading out of the deep green, and I'm gonna go stay with a friend halfway between here and there, and they have a nice suite for me always. So I go and recuperate, and so you all be good. And like I said, want to talk? Get a hold of me at the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail, right? And Twitchy, work should always be good. You know, just embrace it for whatever it is. As so say we all. It's your Sensei Al Bob, the Griot, signing off. Get some more people to watch this. Go back and watch the old shows. Go watch the old evening meditations. They still work. Okay. See you guys. I love you all.